What's up, guys? This is MotorDaffodil64 wishing you a happy first day of spring. I don't know about you guys, but I am so ready for this winter to be over and done with. Today I'm bringing you a new room build in The Sims 4, showcasing my entry for the 154th week of the One Room, 1 Week, 1 Theme Challenge. And the theme for this past week is a converted garage. First off, I want to make a few corrections regarding some of the specifics of this challenge that I messed up in my last build video. First off, this challenge was actually created by user Rosemao on the Sims forums, so apologies for getting the name wrong last time. Also, the overall premise I used to inspire my last build about a couple that had just moved into a new home and were more or less broke but still wanting to do something special for Valentine's Day, that was not actually attached to that week's theme, but was actually invented by Wildflower1971 on the Sims forums. My sincerest apologies for basing my room creation off another player's original premise, but I'm thankful that my room design didn't resemble Wildflower1971's in any way. So it was just a case of misreading some of the forum posts. Now for this particular build, I wanted to create something very personalized and unique to my own tastes and my vision of the perfect refurbished garage space. I'm currently living at my grandmother's house and we have a fairly large garage which is heated, so theoretically you could spend time in there pretty much any day of the year. Ever since moving into my grandmother's place, I've been planning to make a space for myself in there, either for making videos or for crafting or both. For this build, I took it a step further and designed the garage to look as if I had free reign over the entire space, and also if I didn't have any sort of budget I had to keep in mind. This area here is sort of my ideal filming area, so I've got the desk set up with a couple, fun little bits and pieces, and I have this mirror/room separator as kind of a nice backdrop. And I have a bunch of things hanging on there, like a few postcards that I love, and I had a little award there just for the heck of it, and some posters. I figure if I wanted to film based on, with webcam on my computer, I have that as a nice background, and then if I wanted to film something where my computer is behind me and I have a tripod set up, I've got the nice background of the city mural painted on the garage door and the nice desk with all of my little knickknacks on it. Here is sort of my crafting zone. One of the main things I do with regards to crafting right now is I am a bit of a planner girl. I love decorating my happy planner. That's probably my number one favorite pastime at this moment, aside from playing video games, of course. But I'm also known to get into different kinds of paper crafts, and my mother's more of the scrapbooking one. I think I'm probably more leaning towards, I really like to create handmade happy mail because I'm a very big snail mail enthusiast. So I made sure to keep the main area of the desk clear, but then I put some other nice things on the walls, like a little gallery over the desk to kind of just some pretty prints that are inspiring, and a couple other items that are good for, actual functionality over just being pretty. And the little hand-drawn illustrations at the top, I kind of pictured that those might have been given to me by my nephew Charlie, which would be, if he ever gave me anything he drew, I would 100% display it proudly. My favorite area of the garage that I decided to come up with. I love the more or less triangular couch that came with, Sims 4 My First Pet stuff. And I knew firsthand I kind of wanted this to be a friend zone. For lack of a better phrase. I kind of wanted this to be a place where I could have my friends come over and hang out, because I don't really have that sort of area in the house right now. And I wanted to make sure I had a big square coffee table, because I figured this would be the perfect area to play board games at my place. But I also wanted to have a TV nearby so that we could play video games or watch Netflix or pretty much anything else. kind of likes vivid, bright colors as opposed to things that actually match, which is why you're going to see a lot of different patterns and colors sort of thrown in all over the place. There isn't really any, I didn't use any particular theme when it came to furniture or decor. This area here, I had to make a little area for my puppy Rocket, because if I'm going to be spending time in the garage making videos or crafting or doing whatever, he would definitely have to be in there with me because he wouldn't be able to settle on his own in the house. To put the little art cart there because it reminded me a lot of the craft cart I have next to my desk at the moment. It's one of those, it's not a name brand Raskog cart from IKEA, but it's very similar. It's basically the exact same cart, only it's not Raskog. I actually bought it. It's from the Recollections company, and I bought it at Michael's. Another thing I chose to do with this build is I wanted to have a small amount of garage type clutter still included in the room. The reason I did that is whenever I think of basically my garage or even this particular garage space, I think of it, the garage was a big spot for that's where my grandfather spent the majority of his time. That's where all of his tools were, and that's where he would do various projects, and that's where he kept a lot of his things. And I don't think my grandparents ever kept a car or a truck in the garage. It was always my grandpa's stuff, and there's still a lot of his stuff in the garage now, and I didn't want to rid this space, even if it's my ideal garage area. I didn't want to rid it of all of his things completely, so I wanted to keep some of the garage type clutter and even a couple personalized things like that fish mounted on the wall, just to kind of remind me of him, because I didn't want to get rid of everything of his completely. And of course, I couldn't resist putting plants all over the place in this room. I absolutely love taking care of plants, but I'm not that good at it so far. I don't think I've really taken care of many plants that are still alive to this day. That's something I gotta work on, more or less. But, in my Utopia garage space, I decided to add as many plants as I could possibly fit in here without it looking like a total jungle. And what would my ideal Utopia type space be without a little breeding nook? I absolutely love the lamp. I decided to choose the one that looks like a cherry blossom tree. I'm a bit obsessed with cherry blossoms, to be honest. One of the things on my bucket list for this year is I really want to see the cherry blossom trees in Hyde Park in Toronto this year. I've been keeping, I'm subscribed to the Twitter account that kind of keeps track of when the trees are going to bloom, and I'm going to make sure to go and visit so I can actually see them in person. Since I assume I would be spending a very large amount of time in this garage area, I wanted to make a little snack/refreshment area for myself. I was kicking myself afterwards for not having the popcorn maker in this little spot, but I made sure to have a little area with some mugs and some different drinks. I'm not a huge coffee or tea drinker, which is why I just had the little citrus refreshment stand there. And a little more garage clutter, followed by a few more plants that I could attempt to fit into the spot. Of any kind, one of my favorite things is sort of putting on display all of my nerdy fandom type items, which is why I made sure to display a couple of the My Sims trophies in this build, because it reminded me a lot of those pop vinyl figurines that I've collected. I have a decent amount of those and I should probably stop buying them, but it's very, very hard. I've I've gone so liberal with all the different art that's on the walls. I didn't want to do anything too fancy with the actual walls and floor of the garage. I decided to keep those very much as they were. I didn't change that, but again, I just got to put so much fun stuff on the walls and decorating all over the place that it didn't even matter that the walls were so bare, because this room still looks so vibrant and colorful and amazing. I'm also a big fan of any art or anything that involves cityscapes, which is why I chose the city mural on the garage door panel in the first place. And I wanted to make sure to have that city print in there as well. And of course, there's more cherry blossoms because I'm a little obsessed. Up changing out the gallery art that I had over the desk because I found one that just suited the space a lot better, in my opinion. And I had to include a few more, nerdy little things like some random posters because yes, the nerdy things have to be everywhere. And I decided the area with the garage clutter was a little too bare, so I decided I was going to put a wall mural up there, and of course it's another cityscape. And I just made sure to put all of the clutter items back against that wall, and that's pretty much my entire build. I'm very proud of this room, and I absolutely love it. I wish this was my garage in real life. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up and consider subscribing and leaving a comment as well. I will see you all next time. Bye guys!